Hey, today is day 13 of making my Titanfall again. So, been making these videos for a while now, nearly up to the 2 week mark. Um, and yeah, so today what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to improve the movement side of things and also improve the main menu side of things, like when you first start the game and everything else. So that's what I'm wanting to work on today. So yeah, last video we fixed up the enemy pathing a bit. Said that I didn't really like how Godot's pathing works because it's a bit of a pain to do. But it works nonetheless. So I've got to learn a better way to do that, to do the pathing side of things now. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna go get to coding and fix up my movement side of things and the UI main menu sort of things and polish it up to be a little bit nicer. It's not going to be the greatest yet because I've still got to customize it properly how I want it, but just to have a few more different variations of things. So yeah, I'll get to coding and I will be right back. All right, I am back now. I've done my coding. A lot of trying to figure out what was going wrong. So, I'm going to go over a little bit of struggle that I had with this FOV problem. So I've added a camera shake for when I land. At the moment, it's not super noticeable because I don't want it to be super noticeable necessarily. But for the sake of like showing off camera shake, I'm going to make it super duper noticeable. So it's gonna really shake and shock the screen. Um, so I'll just change some numbers around, for example. So this is where I've got the numbers being set as to like how much camera shake there is. Change this to a 5. Let's change everything to a 5 so then it really shakes when I go through this. Now the problem I had is that my ADSing, this is the problem that took me like a while to actually fix. Very simple problem. I just didn't realize the area of the problem because I didn't try an ADS during the sprint time. So to sort of explain what was going on, I'll put this back on me. I had it so when I ADS, it zooms in, right? And I have it where when I sprint, the FOV like expands a bit. Now I'll also change this to be a bit more noticeable for the sprinting because I want the sprint when you sprint to like feel like you're being dragged back because you're sprinting sort of thing. So that's the kind of feel that I'm going for. And with that problem, I didn't get the effort, the function on the player to acknowledge that I've already got a zoomed in kind of thing when I ADS. So I had to acknowledge that from the weapon holder area because the weapon holder has the gun script on it and I'm messing with the player script. So I had to acknowledge the weapon holder first because when I would aim in, it would be like going backwards and forwards and stuff. And I thought that was the landing because I only tried to ADS after the landing and I was like, the landing has messed this up. So I spent ages trying to fix the landing, not realizing that the problem was actually the sprint tree, sprint function. But now, let's go through this code a little bit. So, what I've added on the player today is these two functions. So here I've got the function of handling the FOV to basically just give it to the gun script. So this is the gun script here, the handle ADS side of things. So yeah, basically it goes from the player, and in the player script, it basically just goes, let the gun script handle it. That's what it does basically. And then I've got the FOV for wall running and for sprinting. So basically, if either of those is pressed, change the FOV to change the target FOV to times 20. So it basically zooms it out a bit. And then the handle landing is when I land, I want it to like go up and down, basically, is what I want. Up and down to the side a little bit, maybe, so it feels like you go, oh, after landing. But yeah, I've also added a main menu screen. So, sorry, I'll go back and show off the main menu screen. Very simple main menu. I've got play and quit working. I haven't got settings working because I'm going to work on that tomorrow, because the amount of time I spent on trying to fix the ADS camera shake is way longer than it should have. So it's kind of destroyed my brain a little bit. But without further ado, I've got the main menu script here. This is just very simple. Function, if it's pressed, go to the next step is basically what it is. And yeah, so I've got the input variables. Well, the input, I guess, basically VBox container / play pressed dot connect on play, and then the function on play is go to the character select scene, etc. Pretty basic. And obviously the quit is the quit. And for the pass, I've got it doing nothing at the moment, so that's what that's doing. Yeah, so that is what I've done to actually. I've also added footsteps to the player. So I've got the footstep sound. You'll hear the sound in just a moment. And yeah, so I am going to show off the sound area. Where was it? I had right here. I had to put this after the move and slide, because for some reason, if it's before move and slide, it doesn't work. I could not for the life of me figure out why, but for some unknown reason, that's where I've had to put it. But yeah, I've got the same footsteps down as like what I've got, so you're going to hear very soon sound of the players coming near me, and I'll show off the camera shake at the same time. So now, let's change my sound to this. Click play, choose the kind of character you want. Now I have a debug. Now I have another bug. That's because I made it really noticeable of the camera shake. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put my headphones on so you can hear the players moving around. Make this much less noticeable. Let's change this down a bit. So let's make this like 2. Let's change everything to 2. Because 5 seems to be too much. I didn't play with the number 5. I changed it to 1, and it was like kind of noticeable, but I kind of wanted it to be like really noticeable. So let's try this again. Okay, still so much. Oh, that's hilarious. I've also got it so then, I've got it so, on the fall, it's only 5 meters that I gotta fall before it, well, there you go, that's the camera shake a bit. For jump, very simple, very easy, and if I sprint, if I walk, you can see like, that the FOV isn't changing very much, but if I sprint, it zooms out a bit. Forward, sprint, zooms out a bit. That's what I want. So I've got it, so it does the same thing when I wall run. But yeah, I need to fix that camera shake up so it's not so drastic, but you get the idea of the camera shake. I've got it set up like so. I didn't really notice it with the 0.05. It was like pretty unnoticeable. You can kind of see it, like it bounces down a bit. Not super noticeable, but you get the idea. That's what I need to turn this sound off. Apologies, it's probably really loud in your ears. But you get the idea of like the whole camera shake side of things. So it's like really unnoticeable. I've obviously over exaggerated the camera shake side of things, just to really show off how it's working and that it is working. But yeah, hopefully the footsteps weren't too loud. They shouldn't have been too loud. They were pretty normal sounding for me. I want to make it so you hear it from further, like the further away, the quieter it is. That's something that I'm gonna have to look up how to fix, because I don't really know how to fix it. I just know how to put sound in. That's about as good as I am when it comes to fixing up the sound side of things. I haven't worked much with sound stuff when it comes to coding, but yeah, the game is slowly coming along well. And yeah, so I hope I'm not confusing anyone and making anyone too bored or anything, but I feel like the game is starting to slowly come along. That little bit of a camera shake adds more feel of a game now. It's crazy how the little things actually make a big difference. I was learning about this from someone that the little things make a big difference. Like adding a pineapple that you can cut in a game, for example, that is just in the corner, and that makes a difference in the game. And I didn't believe it, but now I've done it, I believe it. The craziness of not having a camera shake is crazy to me. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I did stream earlier today, so if you haven't followed my Twitch, you're missing out. And without further ado, I hope you have a great night, day, whenever you're watching this, and yeah, peace.